Yeah. Let's give him the praise. Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yasharala Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Shema Yasharala Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh. Let's go. Every day is a blessing. I'ma give you praise from all we go through in our meditation. No greater love than you, the rebuke we take. No other God before you. Don't do the pagan. Revelation 1:14. Don't do the gravy. On the Sabbath day we rest. We don't do complaining. You hear that murmur in the wilderness, he gets it straight. Hear that murmur in the wilderness, he gets it straight. And that's what he want from you. Yahweh, anything you say we do. Everything in your word is true. It's true, it's true, yeah. Lord, we owe it all to you. Lord, we owe it all to you. And the praise we give it all to you. Say Israel, get on one accord. One Lord, one God. Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Shema, Yasharala. Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh. We gon' give him praise, we gon' give him praise. Face the east when we pray, we gon' move in faith. Say the prayers of the righteous abide as much. Put our trust in the Father, God the mighty touch. We gon' lead by example with the guys of such. 1 Timothy 4:12, Spirit God in us. And we gon' cast away the flesh, Spirit abide in us. And we gon' cast the flesh down, Spirit abide in us. That's what he wants from you. Yahweh, anything you say to do, everything in your word is true. It's true, it's true, yeah. Lord, we owe it all to you. Lord, we owe it all to you. And the praise we give it all to you. Say Israel, get on one accord. One Lord, one God. Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh. One Lord, one God. One Lord, one God.
Hafapalau, the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
He's been so good. He's been so good. Yahweh Shai. His prophecy is coming. Oh, each and every day. So don't be scared. Just be prepared. Come and sing a song. I'm a Yahweh Shabbat Shemayim Kodash I'm so glad he chose his
Shalom, shalom, Israel. Hey, first giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Hamashiach like Hawashai. Hey, we back in this thing, man. Hey, Ashar Shabbat, man. After a long night, hey, doing the work, man. We was in inclement weather. Hey, the Most High got fire on one half of the map. He got the frozen water on the other side, kind of looking like, that second address, man, 7 and 7, man. Right? Hey, my name is Ariyah.
Brother Tazwan.
Or Jeremiah.
Brother Shard.
Hey, back in this thing once again, man. So I'm gonna start mine off and give me the book Second Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 7. I'm gonna start mine off, man, with that. Hey, the Most High, man, hey, right now, he doing prophetic things, man. As he's ramping this thing up, one day is one day closer, Most High willing, for the selected, which is the 144 and the elect, to hopefully punch a ticket, man. Kind of get on that one-way train, man. That one-way train to destiny, man. Why, the other 2/3 kind of got another train going out there to the West Coast. Right, so bring this out, King. Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 7.
This is book of Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 7. The entrance thereof is a narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water.
Go ahead.
And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once.
But one man go at once. Go ahead.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Hey, so if you can't go through that, right, then, how can you receive this inheritance, man? Hey, so, you got to go through that, man. You got to get tried in the fire. You got to kind of, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of be refined. And you got to go through these things, man. So after that, I yield. Got to open a precept, Cap?
Nah.
Got to open a precept? Cap Jeremiah?
Yeah, kind. I'm gonna go to the book of Nehemiah. Right. Hey, Arshaman, can you grab that? Hold
What's wrong, King?
that Nehemiah for me.
Nehemiah.
Yeah.
You want
Nehemiah 8 and 8.
the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 8, and it reads right here, and it reads, so they read in the book in the law of Yahweh distinctly and gave their sense and caused them to understand the reading.
So we see right here, man, that that they said they read in the book of the law distinctly, right? So if you go into that word distinctly, you'll see what it really means to what they was talking about right there, and caused them to understand what was going on. So this Shabbat class is why we do this, right? We go into the book of the law very distinctly and cause our people to understand the sense, man. You're right, because we know, right, that how can you keep the law if you don't know the law, right? And you'll be surprised how many of our people they say that we should keep the law all the time, but they don't know the very basic of the laws and how to apply them to their life. So all praise to the Most High that He put it on our leader spirit to do this, do these commandment classes, man. I yield with that.
I got an opening precept as well, and this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 10, and it reads, and ye shall eat old store and bring forth the old because of the new. And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not hate you, shall not arbor you, and I will walk among you, and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke and made you go upright. And I say that to say this, that, you know, we need to keep the commandments of, the old, it hasn't been done away with. It's the only way we're going to get out of this captivity. The Most High is going to bring forth His kingdom, like He promised our fathers, and we have to continue this walk that we've established with the Most High after He led us out to the land of Egypt. And this is another form of Egypt, America. So, all praise to the Most High.
Come on. Right. You got to open a precept, church, y'all?
Shalom Kings. Yeah, I gotta open the precept, brothers. We was just in Wisdom of Solomon last night, so I'm gonna bring it out. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. Love righteousness, ye that be judges of the earth. Think of the Lord with a good heart, and in simplicity of heart seek Him. Yeah, just want to bring out that scripture.
Come on, man. Hey, because we got to be simple, man. It's coming to him as a babe, man. And then Matthews, when he said, who's the greatest in the kingdom, man? Right? A baby, man. Because a baby, then, they don't come thinking that they prideful or know more than anybody else. They just, hey, come and do the work, man. So let's do the roll call, man. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, man. The elder, threw one in the chat and got on, man. All praises to y'all, but y'all on fire for the Lord, man. Hey, all praise, honor, glory to the house of Hashayah, man. Sister Naomi, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. Hey, Shabbat Shalom, the brothers of mom, man. That brother, doing the work, man, building up his family. Hey, and on fire for the Most High, man. Shabbat Shalom, man. So we'll get a few of these commandments before we get out here. Man, we're in the tithes, taxes, and truma, like the Hebrew offering, right? Commandment 402, that an uncircumcised person shall not eat of the truma, the heave offering, and the same applies to other holy things. This rule is inferred from the law of the Paschal offering, right? Which Paschal just means the actual Passover offering, right? By similarity of phrase, Exodus 12, 44 and 45, and Leviticus 22 and 10. But it is not explicitly set forth in the Torah traditionally, as been learnt that the rule that the uncircumcised must not eat holy things is an essential principle of the Torah and not an enactment of the scribes, right? So it's Exodus 12 and 44 through 45 and Leviticus 22 and 10.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 44, and it reads this. But every man's servant that is brought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
And that's literally just, separating it, right? He said, a foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof, is letting you know that they're uncircumcised, right? So that's literally letting you know that the Most High didn't circumcise them to himself. So they're uncircumcised based on their nationality, their bloodline, right? We're circumcised because of our nationality and our bloodline, right? So Leviticus 22 and 10.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 22, and verse 10. And it reads, there shall no stranger eat of the holy thing, a sojourner of the priest, or an hired servant shall not eat of the holy thing.
So literally letting you know, once again, man, hey, you're not circumcised, right? So there's a physical circumcision, and then there's a spiritual circumcision. Most High didn't deal with the other nations, so spiritually they're not circumcised in order to be able to take any of our holy things, man. He said, you should not cast your goodly and pleasant things over to dogs, man, right? And then this is not part of the Torah, but go to Baruch chapter 4 real quick. Baruch chapter 4. And verse 3.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 3, and it reads here, give not thine honor to another.
What did he say?
Give not thine honor unto another.
Right, so the covenant of the Passover, the covenant of the first fruit, and the covenant of the actual tabernacles, right? That would be an honorable thing because those are the 3 high holy days that the Most High gave to Israel. So he said, give not thy honor to another. Means don't share your covenant with other nations. Because we always, as a nation, we're trying to bring the other nations in. Yeah. We're trying to bring Ishmael in, Esau in, Moab in, Ammon in. We're trying to bring everybody in. Well, what about them? No, what about you? What about you, Israel? You get in first. Last time I remember, 2/3 of us not getting in. Right, so bring that from the top.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation.
Unto a strange nation.
That led me to remember the in the book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 3, when we would not let the other nations build a temple unto our God. Absolutely. But we would rather build a temple unto our God ourselves. That's
hands ain't clean, man. Right? So commandment number 403, not to alter the order of the separating of the truma and tithes, the separation be in order, first fruits of the beginning, then the truma, then the first tithes, and the last, the second tithe. Exodus 22 and 28. Right? Because the Most High literally gives us specific instructions, right? In the proper order of doing things. And if we do that, then that goes against decently and in order. Right? Exodus 22 and 28.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 28.
Right?
Thou shalt not revile the gods, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first fruits of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me.
One more.
Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days they shall be with his dam. On the 8th day thou shalt give it meat.
Right? So hey, that's like a circumcision, right? That's like the circumcision once again, because circumcision happened on the 8th day. You have to circumcise your child. So the Lord telling you can allow that dam just so she can actually get a chance to love her child. Let her have her baby for the 7 days. On the 8th day, you got to kind of sacrifice that thing to the Most High, man. It's a new beginning, man. So, hey, Most High always has a specific order, and who is anybody to go against the order of the Most High, man? Right?
13.
Right? God, hey, the ordinance, man. Right? So, hey, anybody got anything to add to that?
La.
Come on, man. Commandment number 404, to give half a shekel every year to the sanctuary for provision of the public sacrifices. Exodus 30 and 13. Right? Because, hey, everything, hey, there's an operational cost. So even though we ain't got to come in like, Sunday church and get 10% of what your earnings is, but there's an operational fee that you have to pay to operate the Lord's business, man. Right? So, hey, Exodus 30 and 13.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 30 and 13. This they shall give everyone that passeth among them that are numbered, half of shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs, and half shekel shall be the offering of the Lord.
More.
Every one that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord.
Go ahead.
The rich shall not give more, the poor shall not give less than half a shekel,
Right?
when they give an offering unto the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls.
One more.
And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shalt appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls.
Hey, to make an atonement for your soul. So, hey, because it's some actual sins that you only can get away with by fasting, some by prayer, some by fasting and by prayer, and then some by actually giving alms with the fasting and the prayer, right? And you can find that in I want to say it's Tobit, right? So, hey, those are just the combinations to be able to get sins off. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, always remember that. I know we don't have a tabernacle anymore. Like you have many camps out here actually doing the work of the Lord. Hey, everybody can need help. You know what I'm saying? To travel, to help offset costs for doing the work of the Lord, signs and things of that nature. So hey, you may be a catalyst to be able to help the brothers get out and spread the word to the four corners of the earth, man. Right. So I love y'all. All praise to the Most High. Right. So commandment number 405, that a great Kohen who is unclean shall not eat of the truma. That a priest Kohen, right? Leviticus 22 verse 3 and 4.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 22, and verse 3 and verse 4. And it reads, say unto them, whosoever he be of all your seed among your generation, that goeth unto the holy things which the children of Israel hallow unto the Lord, having his uncleanliness upon him, that soul shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. What man soever of the seed of Aaron is a leper, or have a running issue,
Right, is a leper, right? You got leprosy, right? Go ahead. Or running issue, go ahead.
he shall not eat of the holy things until he be clean.
Right? Hey. And that whole section goes into things that's unclean, right? Like if you kill something that creepeth, or if you touch a dead animal, or things of that nature, right? Then you can't eat. of the Passover and things of that nature. Now, running issue we know is a venereal disease, running of something coming out of that area. So you are being clean to the Most High, right? And that, go ahead.
Oh.
No, go, you got it.
And whoso toucheth anything that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from him, or whosoever toucheth any creeping thing whereby he may made clean, or a man who he may take uncleanliness, whatsoever uncleanliness he hath, the soul which hath touched any such shall be unclean until even.
Right.
And shall not eat of the holy things unless he wash his flesh with water.
And go one more.
And when the sun is down,
right,
he shall be clean,
right,
and shall afterward eat of the holy things, because it is his food.
Because it's food, man. Right. So, hey, and that's commandment 407. That a sojourner, they call him.
I just wanted to say, that show right there about, like, the part about, not being intimate with your wife. Because if you look at it, it actually said, a man that his seed go out from him. What's that part? Read that again, Akshaman. It's said, because it actually said it, that his seed go out from him. He is unclean.
Absolutely.
Whoso touches anything that is clean, this is verse 4, that is unclean by the dead, or a man whose seed goeth from him.
See that? So a man whose seed goeth from him. So how that happen. That go like what happened 6. You know what I'm saying? So that show you, like, brothers can't, you got to be mindful of that when you coming around, or you going into the camp, or the high holy days and stuff like that, just to make sure that you're not unclean, because it says right there that you'll be unclean until the evening. So there'll be that following day, so you won't be able to partake or eat up, touching anything. It just stood out to me, so I wanted to bring that out.
Right.
Definitely don't want to dap your brothers up with that stuff on your hand.
Right. So I'm gonna share that real quick.
Great.
Right. Real quick in the blue air. See, right.
Strong's H2233. Zerah. Zerah.
Zerah, right? Is seed, sowing, offspring, a sowing seed, semen, viral, right? Offspring, descendants, posterity, children of moral quality, a practitioner of righteousness, sowing time, right? Sowing time, prosperity, right? Seed time, the seed of sowing, winter, right? Planting. So we know that it's semen, right? So that word seed goes back to semen.
Hey, that's mighty too, King. What that Hebrew word was? Zerah. Zerah.
Yep.
Strong's H2233. Zerah. Zerah.
So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, man, real quick, just to show people that, like you said, it is actual semen, right? And that's commandment number. Oh no, we're on commandment 406, 407, 406, and 407. That a person who is not a Kohen, or the wife of the unmarried daughter of a Kohen, shall not eat of the truma, and that a sojourner with a Kohen or his hired servant shall not eat of the truma, right? The truma, which is Leviticus 22 and 10.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 22, verse 10. And it reads, "There shall no stranger eat of the holy thing. A sojourner of the priest, or an hired servant, shall not eat of the holy thing."
So he's saying that it's only for the nation of Israel, man. It ain't for just somebody just happened to be there passing through, doing work. You're like, oh, well, we're at the time for the offering. Oh, you can surely eat of this. No, you surely can. You surely will get put to death. So, hey, Let you know the Most High ain't letting everybody partake in it, man.
But if the priest,
Oh, that's it. That's it. So commandment 4:8, not to eat unholy things, something from which the truma and tithe have not yet been separated. Right? That's Leviticus 22:15.
Leviticus chapter 22 and verse 15. And they shall not profane the holy things of the children of Israel, which they offer unto the Lord, or suffer them to bear the iniquity of trespass. When they eat their holy things, for I, the Lord, do sanctify them.
Hey, and he said that it's a or bear iniquity of trespass when they eat their holy things, right? And their holy things is something that's set aside. So it's basically saying if you're doing something that isn't properly in the order, then you just made something that was set aside or righteous into something unrighteous. It's just like taking your beef steak and undercooking it. Now you made something that's righteous into unrighteous because now you got blood leaking from it, and we know that other laws say you can't eat meat that's bloody, that's uncooked.
Something so simple as that.
Yeah, so you made something that was righteous that the Most High said we can eat, and you made it unrighteous. So hey, you just have to be mindful, like the brother said earlier, Brother Jeremiah. That's why you got to be coherent and remembering the other commandments, because if you don't have the commandments, then how do you know if you're breaking another one? You can be doing one perfectly fine and breaking another one in the same instance. That's why it's so important to get these laws within our spirit, right? Which we know we won't even but man, but hey, the more you go, that's why he had a commandment that we got to read these commandments every year. It's a commandment that you got to read these commandments every year. So you sin automatically if you ain't going through these commandments every year. So hey, you got to get on to Israel. So commandment 409, to set apart the tithe of the produce, 1/10 of the produce after taking out truma for the Levites. Leviticus 27:30 and Numbers 18:24. Leviticus 27:30.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 27 and 30. And it reads, and all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy unto the Lord. And if a man...
That's it. Right? And then Numbers 18:24.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 24. And it reads here, but the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer as an heave offering unto the Lord, I have given to the Levites to inherit.
Right.
Therefore, I have said unto them among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying,
that's it, right? So so basically that tithe that the Most High said to gather up all the fruit in the storehouse, right? That goes to the Levites because why they don't have an inheritance. You know what I'm saying? They don't have land, right? They don't have any of that. They don't have time to grow a crop. How do they got time to grow a crop when they doing the work of the Lord? The work of the Lord never stops. You always kindling fire. You always doing a sacrifice. You always doing all of the counseling. You're always doing prayers over people. You're doing the work of the Lord. You have no time at all to have a garden, to keep some cattle or livestock. Where's your time at, man? You don't have no time.
Plants out here dying.
Yeah, they gonna die. And then what kind of offering you gonna have for the Most High when it's time to go ahead and give him his offering, his heave offering? Now they giving bad offerings, forcing the Levites' hand, man. Right, so hey, it's all praise to the Most High, man. Hey, and that's also commandment number 410 and 411, right? To tithe cattle and not to sell the tithe of the herd. Leviticus 27:30 32 and 33.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 27, verse 27. And it reads
27, 32, and 33.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 27, verse 27 through 32.
32 and 33.
32 and 33.
Mhm.
And concerning the tithe of the herd,
Right, concerning the tithe of the herd, right?
or of the flock,
Mm.
even of whatsoever passeth under the rod,
Right?
the tenth shall be holy unto the Lord.
Right, go ahead.
He shall not search whether it be good or bad, neither shall he change it. And if he change it at all, then both it and the change thereof shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed.
Hey, he's told you flat out, like, look, the 10th one is automatically the Most High. But the first one is automatically the Most High as well. But he's saying if you try to change that 10th one, hey, then that means you got to get whatever one you try to change it out with, and the one that was the 10th one is the Most High. It's holy, it's set apart. There's no way around it. Can't get rid of it. Right? You got to give it right to the Most High, man. Hey, and that's the order. Most High saying no changing up what he done redeemed and what he done already put in order, man. Right, so hey, that's all praise to the Most High, man. Right, so commandment number 412, that the Levites shall set apart a tenth of the tithe which they had received from the Israelites and give it to the priests, right? The Kohanim, called the Truma of the tithe, Numbers 18 and 26.
Numbers chapter 18 and 26. And it reads, Thus spake unto the Levites, and say unto them, When ye take of the children of Israel with the tithes which I have given you from them for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up an heave offering of it for the Lord, even a tenth part of the tithe. As this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you, as though it were the corn of the threshing floor, as the fullness of the winepress. Thus ye also shall offer an heave offering unto the Lord of all your tithe, which ye shall of the children of Israel,
Which you shall receive of the children of Israel,
which
right?
ye receive of the children of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and ye shall give thereof the Lord's heave offering to Aaron the priest.
Right? Hey, so hey, you gotta give a heave offering, man. And they gotta give a heave offering of the heave offerings to the Lord. Right? So hey, that's all praise to the Most High. It ain't like nothing ain't getting heaved, man. Everything gotta give up to the Most High. Most High is getting a piece of everybody pie. He's the gangsters of gangsters, man. Right? So
All right, so like also, like how brothers be around here saying like they the Levites. Like, bro, we going through this law, man. They just be thinking like, bro, like the Levites, that was their job 24/7 to serve the Most High. We was instructed to, get them, a tenth of our inheritance. And just thinking about, all the things they had to do, like they couldn't afford to make no mistakes. They couldn't afford to do nothing wrong. Like they literally like dealing with the Most High on that type level. Like, bro, that was not no play. Like that was a very serious job. I just wanted to add that.
hey, and it's something that you say that though, Jeremiah, because let's be real on another level, King. Right? On a whole nother level, hey, going out here and teaching this law, you kind of Levite, man. You kind of really got on another serious level. So when people going out here, they want to get the mic because it's fun, right? They kind of want to wear the garments to go out here and teach because they kind of want to, get views and be seen, right? But this ain't no play, King. Because once you do that, you done entered yourself. It's like being rich. Put yourself in another tax bracket, King. So, hey, and I say this to the brothers in our family, man. Hey, be careful on grabbing that mic and teaching, because hey, the tax bracket, man.
Man.
And you don't want to have to get taxed by the real man of the taxation.
Hey, and that you grabbing that mic, that's a higher calling for the Most High God.
Absolutely.
Hey,
That's a way greater responsibility than anything else, bro. He literally chose you to teach his words.
hey,
So brothers gotta be mindful of that. And I yield.
right. It's a weightier matter, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why, hey, that's why I don't be so excited to just grab it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, because that's a different level. The Most High gonna deal with you, but not knowing what you're talking about over there, leading the sheep. Scattering the sheep of the flock, man. So yeah, you're right, Ariel. That's a mighty point that you brought up, King.
And I'm gonna back it up with the scriptures, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 28 through 31.
And it reads,
Bro, read chapter and verse.
You said
Book,
1
chapter,
Corinthians chapter 12,
Yeah.
verse 30 what?
28
28.
and read down to 31. All right.
And Yahweh has set some in the church. First apostles.
First what?
First apostles.
The apostles will be the 12, right? The ones that walk with Hamashiach, right? So he said, first in the church are the apostles. Go ahead.
Secondarily, prophets.
So second would be the prophets, would be those that go out on the highways and hedges and teach the word of Yahweh, right? Go ahead.
Thirdly, teachers.
Teachers would be anybody that teaches, right? Whether it be on the screen, behind the scenes, right? Whether it be somebody just breaking down scripture to somebody that don't know the truth of the Bible, right? Dicing it. What he says, rightly dividing the word. Those would be teachers. Go ahead.
After that, miracles.
Anybody that can perform miracles. After that, go ahead.
Then gifts of healing.
Right? People that can take the herbs and the spices and things of that nature can heal you up, right? Go ahead.
Helps.
These people that help, right? Them after them, people that do any help. Whether somebody carrying in groceries out there Shabbat, right? Whether somebody carrying the signs, whether somebody carrying a speaker, whether somebody doing any of that thing, man. Right? Those are people that help. Go ahead.
Government.
People that are like the like HODC and the old elders, right? They setting up the Marshal Yasharana. Those would be the governments. What else?
Diversities of tongues.
Right, the diversity of tongues. Those that actually can interpret different languages. Go ahead.
Are all apostles?
Right now, you're asking questions. Are everybody apostles? Go ahead.
Are all prophets?
Can everybody go out and do the prophecies of the Bible on the street? Go ahead.
Are all teachers?
Can anybody be a teacher and break down rightly dividing the word of truth? Go ahead.
Are all workers of miracles?
Can everybody perform miracles? Go ahead.
Have all the gifts of healing?
Can everybody perform the healing natures and properties? Go ahead.
Do all speak with tongues?
Can anybody speak with the diversity of tongues? Go ahead.
Do all interpret?
Can everybody interpret, right? Because somebody that can interpret tongues ain't necessarily somebody that can speak it. And just because you can speak it don't mean you can interpret other languages. Go ahead.
But covet earnestly.
He said, but what?
Covet earnestly.
Right, but he said, but covet earnestly, righteously, right? Go ahead.
The best gifts.
Right, the best gifts that you have. And what?
And yet show unto you a more excellent way.
And the Most High is going to show you a more excellent way. Why? Because he's going to add on to you. Like Atazawam and Brother Jeremiah said, the Most High is going to add on to you more. You do one gift and you perform it righteously. That goes into Matthew when he said, I give you this gift, make it into 2 gifts. I give you 5, make it into 10. If I give you 10, make it into 20. That's why he said, I will show you a more excellent way, because he's going to show you how to multiply your gifts. Right? Praises, man.
Can I grab one more, Baba Kasha?
You already got it, King.
Shaman, can you grab that Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 11?
And I got one after him.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 11, and read down to verse number 14, Baba Kasha.
And this reads Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints.
Right, for the perfecting of the saints. Read.
For the work of the ministry. For the edifying of the body.
For the edifying of the body. Read.
Till we all come in the unity of the faith. And of the knowledge of the Son of God. Unto a perfect man.
Right.
Unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ.
Right. Read.
That we henceforth be no more children.
That we be no more what?
More children.
That we be no more children. Read.
Tossed to and fro. and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Hey, care about with everyone in the doctrine, right? Not listening to everything, damn thing you hear. This is why, hey, are y'all doing this law class, man? So we can learn the laws of the Most High. Hey, we can read this thing plainly, man. So we won't be children tossed to and fro. Read.
By the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
See that? Hey, cause hey, everybody that say how about Shema Shabrakatah, hey, ain't Israel, man, right? Some of them cunning, they crafty, right? They lying and waiting to deceive, man. Right. So that's why, hey, you got to gather yourself together. That's why you got to read and study the scriptures, to study to show yourself approved, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, I just want to yield with that to go with what the mighty brother Ariel just brought out, man. Yeah.
Hey, Khan, and it's like you said, for the perfecting of the saints, man, right? Because the only way that we can stay out of sin, out of transgressing God's mighty law, statutes, and commandments is by knowing what it is that we transgress. You don't know what you're transgressing until you know what the law is, right? And mighty Shalom, brother Ezra, man. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Brother, mighty brother, South Carolina, man. Right? So, hey, so commandment number 413, 414, 415, 416, 417, right? 418, 413, not to eat the second tithe of cereals outside of Jerusalem. 414, not to consume the second tithe of the vintage outside of Jerusalem. 415, not to consume the second tithe of the oil outside of Jerusalem. 416, not to forsake the Levites, but their gifts, their dues, right, should be given to them, so they might rejoice wherewith on each and every festival. 417, to set apart the second tithe in the first, second, fourth, and fifth years of the sabbatical cycle to be eaten by its owner in Jerusalem. 418, to set apart the second tithe in the third and sixth year of the sabbatical cycle for the poor. And that's Deuteronomy chapter 12, 17 through 19. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 17 through 19.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 17. And it reads, Thou mayest not eat within the gates of thy tithe, of thy corn, or of thy wine, or of thy oil, or the firstlings of the herds, or of thy flock, nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor thy free will offerings, or heave offerings of thine hand. But thou must eat them before the Lord thy God, in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, thou and thy son and thy daughter, and thy maidservant and thy maidservant, thy manservant and thy maidservant, Salakia, and the Levite that is within the gates, and thou shalt rejoice before the Lord thy God. In all that thou puttest thy hand unto,
Right?
take heed to thyself that thou forsake not the Levites as long as thou livest upon the earth.
Upon the earth, right? And then give me Deuteronomy 14, verse 22 through 29.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 22. And it reads, Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bring it forth year by year, and thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God, in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, that the tithe of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds, and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always.
Right?
And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, then shalt thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thine hand, and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right, and then skip down to verse 27.
Verse 27. And the Levite that is within the gates, thou shalt not forsake him, for he have no part nor inheritance with thee. At the end of 3 years thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates. And the Levite, because he have no part nor inheritance with thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come and shall eat and be satisfied, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hand which thou doest.
And you see that though? And look, and if we follow this in the earth, right, then it literally would have been nobody hungry, right? Because it's saying every time, man, you got to eat it in that place. And he says, so that the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, right, they should come eat and be satisfied, man. Right? Not just wicked feasts where they be having and everybody can't eat, and now you got all these hungry people, man. Like, no. It's like letting you know, man, hey, do it together, man. Right? So
Right. So like you. And just go to show Aria right there that that's a cut to that Christian doctrine about that tithing, man. Let you
yeah,
know that it wasn't money, man. Because he said, hey, if the place be too far for you, hey, or it be too much for you to carry, hey, he said, kind of take it and sell it, man, and
yep,
turn it into money and put it in your hand, and then when you get where you going, hey, buy those same things, man.
yep, there
You
you
know what I'm
go.
saying?
You
So
go.
that's a cut right there. Lets you know that they wasn't giving the Levites money, man. They didn't need money. They
Yeah,
was giving them, the animals and the fruits, the vegetables, everything that they had. They was giving a tenth of it to the Levites to kind of make sure that they had the same thing that the rest of the children of Israel had. So that's a cut right there, because the Most High said, "Hey, I'm gonna point a place for you to go, and you got to eat it right there, like you just said, Aria. You got to eat it right there in that place. But if it be too far, hey, turn that thing into money till you get there, and then recoup that same stuff that you had already."
yep. Come on. So right. So we're gonna finish this off. We only got like about 6 more commandments. So commandment 419, 420, 421, right? 419 to give the Kohen, the priest, the due portions of the carcass of cattle. 420 to give the first of the fleece to the priest. 21 to set apart a small portion of grain, wine, and oil for the priest, right? The Kohen, the Trauma, the Godala, the great heave offering, Deuteronomy 18 and 3 through 4.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 3 through 4. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep. And they shall give unto the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the maw,
Right?
the first fruit also of thy corn, of thy wine, and of thine oil, and the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give them.
One more. Verse 5.
For the Lord thy God have chosen him out of all thy
And that was
tribes
like last week. Hey, he's the chosen forces, right? The chosen forces of the Most High, right? Go ahead.
to stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever,
Follow
forever,
him forever, man. Right? So that's it.
forever.
Hey, so hey, that's why they get an inheritance forever. They're gonna be reestablished, right? So all praise to the Most High, man. So commandment 422, 423, 424, and 425, and that will conclude taxes, tithes, and trauma, which is the Hebrew offerings, right? 420, Slacky. 422. Not to expend the proceeds of the second tithe on anything but food and drink. 423. Not to eat the second tithe, even in Jerusalem, in a state of uncleanness until the tithe have been redeemed. 424. Not to eat the second tithe when mourning. And 425. To make the declaration when bringing the second tithe to the sanctuary. And that's Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 13 and 14.
Deuteronomy chapter 26, 13, verse 13. And it reads, Then thou shalt say before the Lord thy God, I have brought away the hallowed things out of my house, and also have given them unto the Levite, and unto the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all thy commandments which thou hast commanded me. I have not transgressed thy commandments, neither have I forgotten them. I have not eaten thereof in my mourning, neither have I taken away aught thereof for any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead. But I have hearkened to the voice of the Lord my God, and have done according to all that thou hast commanded me. Look down from the holy habitation from heaven, and bless
Right.
thy people,
Right.
Israel.
No, and that's it. It's through 14. Right? So I just want to clear this up, though, because it says stranger, right? So I just want to clear that up. You know what I'm saying? I know people be like, oh, see, I thought the stranger couldn't eat. Right, so let's look that up in the blue letter real quick.
Strong's H 1616. Gar. Gar. And
Gar,
the form just below that, Gair.
Gair,
Gair.
right? The transliteration and the pronunciation, right? So it says sojourner, a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights, a foreigner in Israel. So, oh shoot. So this is going actually into the foreigner in Israel right here. Those conceded rights, right? So I just want to clear that up because we know sometimes people are like, oh, well, I thought the foreigners can't partake into the holy things, right? Hey, sometimes they'll try to slide things in, man. So, yeah, man. So that conclude our Torah portion today. We pray that somebody got a little more understanding, upon some of the things that they didn't have on. And next week, most high willing, we'll start right in the temple, the sanctuary, and the sacred objects, right? Going into the building of altars and things of that nature, the showbread and things, all those things, the oils and the incense in the temple, man. So, right, so anybody got their closing precepts? I want to I'll skip mine, man.
I got one. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse number 6, the classic. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Right. So this is why we learn these commandments, to keep the commandments, because we got to be a special people and a chosen people unto the Most High God. He chose us to be his people, right? And the only way that we can be special and the only way we can be set apart is by keeping other commandments. And I yield with that.
And that's mighty, man. Right, hey, and he right too.
Somebody could give me Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 8.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 8. And it reads, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
That's it on that. So, you know, the cries of the unjust continue cries to the Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Even right now. Like, Lord, when are you gonna correct your righteous judgment place on this wickedness, these people that unjustly kill me with no remorse, you know, without cease. They don't take a break killing the just, right? They don't have days off of putting us up in oppression, right? Wrongly, justly accusing us for wrongdoings, right? Out of context, right? They saying that we three-fifths of a man, right? Like all these accusations are placed upon us, right, unjustly. And the blood of the just cry every day to the Most High, just like in Abel. You read that book in Genesis, what was it, 4, King? 3 or
Yep.
4? With Abel crying up to the Lord, like, you're not going to do something about this, Lord? This is Abel. He was perfect to the Lord. He was an upright man. He gave a righteous offering all the time. So I'm like, yo, when you going to take the vengeance upon for me, Lord? And that's what our people are doing right now. We crying out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Lord, please save us out of this place. I'm tired of going through oppression. I'm tired of having pains and aching and death and sorrows. I'm tired of that. I want the kingdom of heaven. And those that want it, truly going to seek it out. Those that don't want it, they going to play the fiddle and not really, they going to pretend like they want it, but they really don't. And the only way you know that is through their actions. Not you.
Hey,
I got a closing precept too. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. It says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint." So I wanted to bring that out. As we keep these commandments, we know Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it says that's the whole duty, keeping the commandments, having faith and walking righteously, being that example. We can't be weary. We can't grow faint in this thing. We got to continue in this walk, no matter who fall by the wayside and no matter who we gain on the other side. We got to keep this walk righteously as the Most High command us, and not faint, because we know where our reward comes from. But with that, I yield.
And give me a book of Second Esdras chapter 3. And I'm gonna start at verse. Let's start at verse 34. Let's start at verse. Let's start at verse 33.
It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 3.
Start at verse 32.
And
32.
Start at 32.
Yep. Second Esdras 3 and 32.
And it reads, "Or is there any other people that know thee besides Israel?"
So Esdras is asking the question. He said, out of all the nation, is there any other people that know the Most High beside Israel? Go ahead.
Or what generation have so believed thy covenant as Jacob?
Right? Go ahead, because all the other nations disregarded, saying, hey, God loves everybody. Right? God is not dealing with just one nation. Right? Go ahead.
And yet their reward appeareth not.
Right?
And their labor have no fruit.
Right?
For I have gone here and there through the heathen.
Right?
And I see that they flow in wealth.
They flow in wealth, right? They're of the things of this earth. Go ahead.
And think not upon thy commandments.
And think not what?
And think not upon thy commandments.
Hey, because we the ones coming back to the commandments. While we're coming back to the commandments, everybody's telling us, well, the commandments been done away with, right? You're heretics, you're Pharisees, right? Keep going, my brother. You're not done. Right?
Let me go back.
You're calm. right? Because they just started warming up, man. We just started warming the mic up.
We going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 3 and verse
Start at
32
Start at verse 34.
and 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance.
Right, because now we're starting to we think upon thy commandments. So now you got to weigh our wickedness in the balance with the commandments that we keep. Go ahead.
And there is also that dwell in the world.
And now you're going to weigh those that's in the world, right? Theirs is going to be like this, because he said they thinking of wealth and things of this earth, right? Go ahead.
And so shall thy name nowhere be found in Israel.
No, be found but in Israel, right? Because nobody else is magnifying the Most High, but Israel.
But in Israel.
Right, go ahead. Oh, you all right.
Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight?
Because if you ain't sinning, that means you keeping the law. So what nations upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what?
Or what people have so kept thy commandments?
He said, what other people besides Israel have kept your commandments? Go ahead. This is the kicker.
However, thou shalt find certain people in Israel who have kept thy commandments, but thou shalt not find any among the heathen.
We read 36 again.
However, thou shalt
find.
It
says thou. It just says thou.
However, thou shalt find certain.
You're saying however?
Yeah, con.
Oh yeah, because it says thou shalt. Well, go ahead. Thou shalt find.
Thou shalt find certain people in Israel who have kept thy commandments, but thou shalt not find any among the heathen.
Right? Mine says, thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Yeah, that what mine say too, King.
Yeah. Okay. The Bibles, man. But hey, at the end of the day, he literally letting you know that only Israel have kept the precepts, man. Right? That's why when we read the scriptures and we link up the precepts, that's why even our people that may look like Israel, that may have the characteristics, be the bloodline, but they neglect it because why? They're not part of that 1/3, man. They're not part of the 1/3 that actually got to the promised land. That I yield.
And that's a precept with the other book of Ezra. It's the book of Ezra, chapter 4, verse 3. Oh, I can start verse 2. Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers. Zerubbabel. And to the chief of the fathers, and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God, as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord God of Israel. As King Cyrus, the king of Persia, had commanded us. And that's it on that. Israel don't want no other nation to, to carry out the promises that were given to our forefathers. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to carry out, our covenant with the Most High.
And it goes back into, because they ain't circumcised, because they only circumcised one nation. So that's why, getting all these nation hands in it ain't the way, man.
They're found in the temple.
Yeah, so hey, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Malakah Shai. And we want to say Shabbat Shalom, man, from the soldiers of Yahweh, man. Hey, and we love y'all, man. Hey,
love y'all, Israel.
Hey.
I love y'all.
Tazwan, what you want him to do, King?
The damn button.
Hey, push the damn button, man.
Hey, King, it's coming close, brother. The red guy's getting in office, man.
Yep.
He might have the balls to do it, King.
All right. Lord willing.
Lord willing.